Good day, everybody. What's up? I'll tell you what's up. Patch 2.6.9 Public Test Realm is what's up. And this is Gears of Dreadlands, the brand new set for the Demon Hunter class. Demon Hunter for many years has been my main class that I've been playing in Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. But of course, a lot of you that have been watching my videos for quite some time now, you'll know that I've played every class in the game and I've completed guides for every set dungeon, every build possible, blah, 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 blah. Right now, we're checking out the brand new Gears of Dreadlands set for the Demon Hunter class. So before I get into the mechanics and all that sort of jazz, let's have a quick look at the set bonuses here and how it works. So for the 2-piece set bonus, you gain a momentum stack when attacking with a primary skill. So it's obviously we're going to be focusing on primary skills here. Each momentum stack lasts 2 seconds. At a maximum duration of 10 seconds. Your primary skills deal 10% more damage per second of momentum. I'm going to get into the actual duration of momentum in a second. For 4 pieces, strafing against enemies will automatically shoot your last used primary skill if you have momentum. And also give 60% damage reduction while strafing and for 5 seconds afterwards. While strafing, you move faster from momentum. So obviously, primary skills and strafing go hand in hand here. And it sounds like just a regular strafing build, but it's not. This is quite unique, and I'm kind of impressed with the mechanics of this new set, to be honest with you. But I'll get into that in a second. We'll get into everything. For 6 pieces, your primary skills deal 10,000% more damage. So obviously we're going to be focusing on primary skills, and this is my Bolas version. Please keep in mind this is a very early version. The server just came online not too long ago, this morning, and it's still morning when I'm recording this, and this is pretty much the first thing that I've come up with. The reason I say Bolas is there's a lot of other primary skills I've noticed that could potentially be really good. This is the first one I've decided to go with. May not be the best one. It might be the best one, I don't know. But there are problems with this new Gears of Dreadlands set. The main thing I believe that will be changed, I think, very quickly is the duration of the momentum. 2 seconds is just not long enough. I don't have an issue keeping up my momentum stacks if it's a really higher GR rift where monsters are taking a lot of damage and they're taking a lot of time to actually kill. Then you can keep your stacks up, but I find the quicker they die, the harder it is to keep your stacks up, and they run out so damn quickly. A lot of times you can't even utilize your strafing after you get those stacks up. So in a nutshell, the way it works is whatever primary skill you're using, in this case we're using Bolas, you shoot it, and down here you'll see stacks increasing, if you're wondering where it is. It's not around this area, it's down here where your primary skill is. So shoot your Bolas, when you hit enough enemies, you will develop 10 stacks, and then you strafe. And make sure you use Bolas at the same time. And you can use like some, smoke screen movement, increasing abilities and stuff. And, I'm running out of, obviously, hatred there because we're not hitting anything. But if you use your Bolas as your strafing, you'll regenerate your hatred along the way as well. And a lot quicker, plus we'll have vengeance up. Which reminds me, let's have a look at the skills that we're using for this build. Actually, no, we haven't even gone through all the gear yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. So, what we're doing at the moment, and there's a lot of options which I'll go through as well. We're using 5 pieces of the Gears of Dreadlands. I'm using the helm, the chest, the shoulders, the gloves here, and the boots. I'm using the Flavor of Time in the amulet slot here. We're using Wraps of Clarity here, and this build is very squishy, so damage reduction is a must here. Wraps of Clarity. Hunter's Wrath here, which is awesome for primary skills. Our primary skills will attack 30% faster, and they deal an additional 174%. I'm using Focus and Restraint. The rings are very optional here because the build, like I mentioned, is very squishy. If you find yourself dying way too easy with Focus and Restraint, you can go with the Unity here, and also you can put Ring of Royal Grandeur in, and then you can put the Elusive Ring into either your Kanai's Cube, or you can slot it in here. So you can mix and match. So you can go with, let's say, Ring of Royal Grandeur in there, Elusive Ring there, and then you can go Unity in Kanai's Cube, or mix and match. Ideally, you want to have Unity equipped because it also gives you elite damage. Ring of Royal Grandeur equipped there, and have Elusive Ring in your Kanai's Cube. That's like maximum survivability and damage reduction. However, I want to do some more damage, and I've I've left focus and restraint here for now. But like I said, you can mix and match Ring of Royal Grandeur, Unity, and Elusive Ring for damage reduction. Elusive Ring is the main one you want for damage reduction, as well as Unity. Just make sure that if you're going with Unity, also have a Unity Ring equipped on your follower. Pants, we're going with Depth Diggers, so this can increase your primary skills damage up to 100%. I've only got 84 here, but it's also very important to note that you want to have 2 sockets on your Depth Digger pants, and also you can see there in my my primary skills is I've got increased Bolas damage by 15%. With Bolas being our primary damage dealer and our primary skill, it's very important that we have 15% there. So you definitely want Dexterity, Vitality, 15% Bolas damage, and if possible, 2 sockets, which I have there. So that's pretty much your best roll for your Depth Diggers. I'm using the Leonard bow of Hashir. So Bolas has a 100% chance on explosion to pull all enemies in within 24 yards, and it also deals 104% increased damage. Hand in hand with that is MMI's Duffel. Bolas now explodes instantly and will deal 163% increased damage. So like I mentioned, we're going with a Bolas build, primary skill build for this example, but I'm going to test some other primary skills out, so please be patient. And you know, if you're watching this 2 weeks later and this is a rubbish build, I'm sorry. This is like the first build that I've come up with really quickly this morning, and you know, it's doing well so far, but like I said, the momentum stacks are way too short. 2 seconds is just way too short for a lot of the game modes that we're going to be playing here. And also the survivability, the damage reduction, they need to increase. So in the 4-set bonus there, we get 60% damage reduction while strafing and for 5 seconds after. I think they need to increase that to, like, I don't know, I'm not kidding, 150% or something, a lot higher. And as you can see right now with the gems, I'm using diamond gems for every slot for resistance damage. I got my braces there for damage reduction as well, and I was using Elusive Ring and Unity for damage reduction, but I didn't like the damage nerf. So there's some other mechanics that we can use to reduce damage, which we'll get to in the skills area of things in one moment here. I'm just making sure I've covered everything off. So yeah, diamond gems for damage reduction for, plus 78 resistance to all elements. The other gems, the legendary gems that we're using, Bane of the Stricken, Bane of the Trapped here, and Simplicity's Strength. Other options you can go with a Taegook, but like I said, because half the time we're not going to actually be strafing, and it does take time to get up to 10 stacks, I didn't find this very viable. You can go with Wreath of Lightning. This is probably just as good as Taegook, if not even a bit better. And while we're actually under the effect of Wreath of Lightning, we gain movement speed as well. So this will probably be used in a speed farming version of this build. And I think this build has a lot of awesome potential for speed farming as well. Right now we're working for like a GR pushing build potentially. We're not focusing on speed farming, but we'll get into speed farming in the future. Right now, we're just going to check out optimal GR pushing. That covers off our gear. Before we get into skills, let's have a look into Kanai's cube here. All right, so weapon, we have Dawn, and for armor, we have the Visage of Goons. And jewelry, of course, we have to have the Ring of Royal Grandeur because we have the Depth Diggers here. And with only 5 items equipped, we still get the 6-piece bonus, which is nice. Now, obviously with Vengeance and the Visage of Goons allowing us to gain the effect of the Dark Heart Rune, that's more damage reduction. So we have a lot of damage reduction happening here. And I just feel like it should be enough. Even though it's not really, we're still taking a fair bit of damage. And I just feel like going with Elusive Ring and Unity is just overkill. You shouldn't have to go to that much damage reduction, really, especially when you have diamond gems here. So, anyway, we can work around damage reduction with our skills. So, speaking of which, let's open up our skills here. We're using Bolas with Imminent Doom. So, Imminent Doom here, it increases the damage of Bolas but takes longer to explode. However, because we have this quiver here, all Bolas explodes instantly. So that sort of, we have that extra damage there, and it also stacks with imminent doom, and it explodes instantly anyway, so it doesn't take longer. So don't freak out thinking it's going to take too long. It doesn't. Strafe with drifting shadow so we can move quicker. Fan of knives with bladed armor. Again, another damage reduction skill there that we're using. Vengeance with seethe because we have Visage of Goons equipped in Kanai's, and we have the Dark Heart rune equipped as well. So we get the best of both worlds here. We get to regenerate hatred and also reduce damage taken. Smoke screen with displacement. This is very important. This will avoid all damage that we take for a couple seconds. It'll allow us to position ourselves properly, but in addition to that, unfortunately, it uses a lot of discipline. So if we use smoke screen a fair bit, as you can see there, I've used it, twice, 3 times. We're almost out of discipline. We have preparation with punishment there, which we can activate to get a little bit of discipline back there. We'll regenerate it back. So don't go spamming smoke screen recklessly, because you will need it in some sticky situations. Definitely save it when you're strafing through packs and stuff like that. But I'll show you a gameplay example very, very shortly. So, like I mentioned, preparation with punishment there to regenerate that discipline that we're using with smoke screen. So we kind of have to balance out between the two of them, and every time we cast smoke screen, or maybe every 2 times, sorry, you cast smoke screen, just activate your preparation. And while that's on cooldown, you're regenerating your discipline, and then as you're casting maybe another smoke screen, eventually it'll be back up, and you can just kind of try and keep discipline up as high as possible. Hatred won't be an issue here because we've got Bolas. Passive skills: ambush, thrill of the hunt, color of the week, and leech. Now with leech, you can also go with, again, it's another sort of damage reduction or healing skill there, but I have also tried to test out perfectionist, which is right here. So that reduces discipline cost of all skills by 10% and increases your armor and resistance to all damage types. So that's probably a better option. You know, we get damage reduction, and we also get some more smoke screens we can cast with that discipline cost reduction. So it's pretty nice. Just maybe see how you go and try both. It doesn't, as long as they're staying alive and killing enemies, that's what we're going for here. But right now, honestly, this is looking like a mid-tier build at the moment. It's not going to be like, as is, it's not going to be the meta build for the Demon Hunter for GR pushing. No way. But it is early days. PTR hasn't been online for that long, so I'm pretty sure they'll be making changes. But this video is just based on what I'm dealing with right now. Right now, we're dealing with a mid-tier set, and we definitely have to have some changes done. Like I mentioned, need to make those stacks last longer, need to increase the damage reduction, and then everything else will fall into place, I'm sure. Damage seems to be okay for now, especially early on. I mean, I haven't got the best items equipped. It's just something that I've thrown together very quickly here. And like, it's pretty fun to play. I like how this isn't like a constant strafing build. We have to keep strafing and just casting, you know, your primary skills at the same time as you're strafing around. It's not like that. You have to get those stacks up, which I'll show you all how it's done in a second, and then strafe on through, use your movement speed increasing, smoke screen, whatever, and then get your stacks back up. So unfortunately, the stacks only last 2 seconds each. So once you get up to 10, time's ticking, baby. And then they start reducing. So the trick is to try and keep it at 10 or as high as possible throughout your entire playthrough. So let's go check out some gameplay now. I think I've babbled on enough. I've explained everything to the best of my ability. It's early days. It's exciting. Kind of disappointing right now, but I'm pretty sure that they'll make some changes. Like, this has potential, but it's just the momentum stacks need to last longer. We need some more damage reduction, I'm hoping. And that way we can mix and match some better items to actually boost our damage, as opposed to focusing so much on damage reduction and survivability. But anyway, early days. Don't judge me just yet if you're watching this in the future. So let's go check out some gameplay. Alrighty, here we go. Gameplay, baby. So here we go. This is how we get our stacks up. So keep an eye there. We've got them up pretty quickly. And then we're doing some serious damage once we get up to 10 stacks. And with like higher GR, I find that it's kind of, it's not too difficult to keep the stacks up. It's just like when you're killing things very, very easily, that's when the stacks are hard to maintain. I just think they need to increase the time, the duration of the stacks. And this is just a super easy GR80 right now. Like I said, I've only thrown this together, like it took me less than an hour just to throw some items together for some testing. It's basically the mechanics that we're testing out here in the build itself. You can see my health like going down, and this is only a GR80, and I've got all that damage reduction through skills and through items. So it's still very squishy, very, very squishy. You got to really focus on that smoke screen. And you can tell by my discipline there that I have been. But, you know, I think there is potential for this set. I think there is. At first, I wasn't too happy when I heard of Strafe, because when I played the Natalia strafing build with Reign of Vengeance, I just don't like the idea of like strafing the entire time. At least this kind of breaks it down, and you got to work on your stacks first, then comes the strafing. So right now, it just seems as though, yeah, the more you're hitting enemies, the easier it is to keep those stacks up. So I guess the higher the GR, the more you'll be able to keep those stacks up. But it doesn't leave too many options available then for maintaining your stacks if you're doing like a speed Nephilim run, because everything's going to die too quickly. And this is actually probably the best that I've actually managed to maintain my stacks. Hey, it's a learning curve, you know, it's the first time I'm playing this build, checking that out. And whether or not, like, I guess I'm going to check out the Necromancer new set next. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I don't think I'll have time to do that today, so stay tuned to the channel. Come back tomorrow if you want to check out the new Necromancer set. I'll only have time to do the Demon Hunter set today. I don't want to really rush through the Necromancer. I'll probably work on it a little bit tonight, and then I'll upload a video tomorrow. But see those stacks, they're just like reducing so quickly, like they're gone. So what I was trying to say there is it depends, I suppose, which one of these new sets, either the Demon Hunter one or the Necromancer one, I suppose which one is more fun for me. That's probably the class that I'll go with for next season. That's all depending on which set is more fun for me. Has to be fun. I don't really care what's more powerful or what's going to push higher GR. I'm over that. I'm too old for that. I'm not that competitive. There are too many people that play this game like, you know, what seems like 24/7 and use bots and stuff. I'm not going to compete against people that are botting. What's the point? I just want to have fun. Enjoy life. Play good games. Slay some demons. And it's actually a good choice between the two for me, because Demon Hunter has been my main class for such a long time. And Necromancer is a class that I haven't played for a long time in a season. In fact, I'm pretty sure I might have only used Necro once or twice in a season. Twice, maybe. I think I've got 2 Necros still in my character list. So for me, it's kind of a win-win situation. I'm either going to play my main class, which I'm comfortable with. However, it can get tedious rather quickly. Having said that, we've got a new set now, so I guess it wouldn't get as boring as quickly. I just hope that Blizzard makes some changes. Like I said, primarily towards the damage reduction and increase the duration of the stacks. I think they need to definitely increase. I mean, I've maintained them okay, but see how, look how it drops from 10 to like 2, 1, gone. So it's just a very repetitive process, and it's a finger-numbing build right now. My fingers are going numb from just going crazy. So we're slicing through here. We'll get to the Rift Guardian. Got Banner the Stricken in our legendary gems there, so extra Rift Guardian damage will take him down or her down very easy. Here we go. Rift Guardian has arrived. Definitely want to use smokescreen before the Rift Guardian has a chance to hit you. And yeah, don't get hit because the Rift Guardian can one-shot you. So definitely make sure that you've got enough discipline to be in smokescreen as much as possible while killing the Rift Guardian. So we're leveling up Simplicity's strength there. So Simplicity's strength, Bane of the Trapped, Bane of the Stricken. Like I mentioned, Taeguk may become viable depending on the changes they make in the future. But that's my general opinion right now. Definitely need to reduce the time that the stacks deplete or increase the duration, and definitely try and increase this the damage reduction, please, Blizzard. Definitely increase the damage reduction so we can pop some items in there that will actually give us some more optimal damage as opposed to focusing on damage reduction. They are my early thoughts. That is the new builds, the new testing build that I've come up with. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hope you're playing through your PTRs and enjoying your journeys as well. And if there's anything else I can assist with, don't hesitate to ask. Stay safe out there, stay metal, and stay creepy.